Dave knew the task was going to be difficult, but he hadn't anticipated the mental anguish involved in setting a new, secure password for his friend, Rick. Rick, despite his brilliance in other areas of life, maintained a digital security posture equivalent to writing his PIN on his forehead. The mission was simple: find a new, strong password. What do you want to be? Dave asked, attempting to start the process logically. Rick's immediate response, Tequila, confirmed Dave's worst fears. Dave quickly pointed out the obvious flaw. The word was his most frequently used term online and was the definition of insecure. Rick simply argued that its constant presence in his life made it the most memorable choice. He even offered a caveat. He only forgot tequila when he drank too much of it, creating a self-defeating security loop. Dave moved to a more personal, less public category. He tried to suggest using a combination involving his friend's wife's name. This suggestion, however, was vehemently rejected by Rick, who declared the inclusion of his marriage in his digital security too private and too much information. Dave was left defeated by the sudden, highly selective demand for privacy, realizing the password needed to be something abstract and non-familiar. What's your single favorite word? Dave pleaded, seeking a single, non-obvious term. Rick's reply was unchanged: tequila. Dave rubbed his temples, feeling the creeping onset of a migraine. He shifted tactics to basic sustenance. What's your favorite food? He asked, hoping for something complex or savory. Rick, without hesitation, named frozen tequila, asserting its status as a distinct food group when mixed with lime and salt. Dave was aghast at the defiance of biological and culinary classification, but he pressed on, trying for something aesthetic. What was his favorite color? Rick could only categorize colors based on the liquor itself: gold, silver, or the pale pink resulting from a cocktail mixer. The process of elimination was failing. Every path led back to Jalisco. Pop culture was the next desperate attempt. Favorite song? Rick could only recall the context of drinking the liquor while hearing a tune. Favorite documentary? He had just watched a fascinating Netflix special about the economic impact of blue agave distillation. It was naturally about tequila. Dave realized he was trapped in an absurd, alcohol-fueled feedback loop. He dropped his head onto the keyboard in total defeat. He couldn't fight the sheer gravitational pull of this spirit on his friend's entire consciousness. I surrender, Dave finally announced, his voice flat with resignation. You win. You single-celled, brilliant maniac. We're gonna make it tequila, spelled backwards. This compromise, aliuqet, was technically more obscure than the original word, and it allowed Dave to mentally exit the situation. Rick was ecstatic, immediately embracing the reversed word as if it were a clever code, repeating it with satisfaction. Dave then undertook the monumental task of updating every single one of Rick's accounts. His streaming services, his bank, his personal email. Every password was meticulously set to the reversed word. You are all set, Dave declared, exhausted. Your digital life is now secured by the word for your favorite vice, backwards. Rick immediately verified the changes, running through his platforms: Netflix, Disney Plus, and finally, with a mischievous look, PornHub. Dave confirmed that even the most sensitive accounts were now secured by the 5-syllable palindrome. He locked the laptop and looked Rick dead in the eye, issuing a final, exhausted warning: don't you dare forget it. Rick promised he never would, quickly adding, unless, I accidentally overdo it tonight, celebrating my new password security. Dave simply gathered his things and walked away, leaving Rick to the sweet, inevitable disaster of his tequila-based digital existence.